Hello, and welcome back to Hands That I F***ed Up, the series where I pick through the bones of hands that I misplayed in an attempt to prove my game and hopefully entertain and educate you, the viewer. Right, enough waffle, let's jump into the hand. I'm on the big blind with a really playable hand, what the PLO pros would categorise as an ace-high double-suited low rundown. What I like most about this hand is that I have the ability to hit two straight flushes, which is super cool. Facing an open from EP, everyone gets out of the road and the action's on me. With a hand as beautiful and connected as this, with also nutted components and a blocker to the top of my opponent's range in the form of the suited ace, this is a must 3-bet. No Fs, no buts, no maybes, but anyone who has seen a few of my other videos will know what to expect next, as I flat call. First mistake. I check in flow and my opponent pots it, which seems quite strong, and could be top pair, top kicker, 2-pair or better. That's the problem with my failure to raise pre-flop. His range is wide and he really could have anything here. I connected well enough to the flop and I have great future playability as the 7 opens a lot of enticing possibilities on future streets. I call here, which I think is pretty standard. No need to inflate the pot unnecessarily. The turn is real nice for me as I now have 2-pair and an open-ended straight draw. I continue my strategy of being passive, allowing my adversary to make his move and set the price, which I think is fine, although betting out here may also be decent, but I don't like that option personally, simply because a raise from EP would put me in a tricky situation. The under the gun player keeps his foot firmly pressed to the accelerator with a pot size bet. This does indeed seem very strong. I'm thinking something like a decent mate hand with a strong draw. Could be 2-pair with a flush draw, something like that. I think if I also had a flush draw to go along with my straight draw and 2-pair, I would come over the top and get everything in the middle. But as is, I just call and see a river, which is pretty much the worst possible one for us, bringing in the flush, and also 8-9 and 3-4 get there with straights. I again continue with the theme of this hand and check, with the idea of seeing what the other player does then deciding. He opts for a half pot bet, which I wrongly mistake as a sign of weakness. Like, I remember at the time putting this guy on a decent mate hand, but not a flush. A straight draw or a set was my read, so my plan was that if I raise and represent the flush, my opponent will be forced to fold, or at least be put in a tough spot. A few reasons why this is a mistake. Firstly, I don't have a diamond in my hand. I think at least any diamond here is necessary, and ideally the ace or the king of diamonds to represent strong flushes. As it is, not having a single diamond, I am unblocking them, increasing the likelihood that he has at least 2. Secondly, now as I replay this hand, it's pretty obvious that this is a value bet and he has a flush, and is going for a size which he thinks straights or 2-pairs will be forced to call. I didn't think any of these thoughts in the moment and go for a terrible bluff check raise, which he has little hesitation in calling off and revealing the queen high flush with a pair of 7s for the flop set, meaning I was miles behind from the off. I think the main lesson that I will take away from this is to be more aggressive pre-flop and 3-bet hands like this. If I did so, I think I would have gotten away from this hand easier or even got a fold pre-flop. The other lesson would be to think through my bluffs a bit more carefully. Anyway, that's all for now. Be sure to roast me in the comments. See you next time.